On the night of May 19, 2012, millions watched one man carry the weight of a club, a career, and a legacy on his shoulders. One kick, one moment. But legends are never born in a single second. This is the story of Didier Drogba Tebili, a footballer who became a force of nature, a man who carried a nation, a symbol of belief in the impossible. Didier Drogba was born on March 11, 1978, in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. At the time, the country was seen as a model of African stability. But for young Didier, life would begin with separation. At just 5 years old, he was sent to France to live with his uncle, Michel Goba, a professional footballer. It was a decision born of hope, but also of sacrifice. He was too young to understand why he was leaving, too young to process the loneliness that followed. France was cold, the language unfamiliar. Football, however, became his refuge. But Drogba was no prodigy. While others rose quickly through elite academies, Drogba's journey took a different route, one paved with doubt. He played for small clubs. He struggled with injuries. He studied accounting, preparing for a life outside football. During the 2002-2003 season, everything changed. 17 league goals. Suddenly, Europe paid attention, but Drogba knew this was not luck. It was survival paying dividends. Olympique de Marseille is not a club, it is a trial by fire. In 2003, Drogba entered one of football's most volatile environments. He thrived. 32 goals in all competitions, a UEFA Cup final, a city in love. Drogba did not merely score. He dominated. He intimidated. He led. Europe's elite were no longer watching quietly. In 2004, Chelsea broke their transfer record to sign Didier Drogba. The criticism was immediate. Overpriced. Unproven. Too raw for England. The Premier League is unforgiving. And Drogba struggled. Injuries. Adaptation. Doubt. Then came Jose Mourinho. Mourinho did not see a problem. He saw a weapon. Under Mourinho, Drogba became the axis of Chelsea's attack. He pressed. He held, he fought, he scored. Chelsea became champions, then champions again. Some players disappear under pressure. Drogba hunted it. FA Cup finals, League Cup finals, title-deciding matches. When trophies were on the line, Drogba appeared. He became Chelsea's greatest big-game player. While Drogba conquered Europe, his country was tearing itself apart. Civil war gripped Côte d'Ivoire. After qualifying for the 2006 World Cup, Drogba did something unprecedented. He spoke, not as a footballer, but as a son of the nation. That speech helped shift history. Football did not end the war, but it opened a door. Against Bayern Munich, Chelsea were outmatched. Then, in the 88th minute, he rose. He always did. Penalty shootout. One kick to define a lifetime. Didier Drogba had done the impossible. China, Turkey, America. Wherever he went, Drogba brought credibility, leadership, and belief. At Galatasaray, he conquered again. In MLS, he inspired a generation. He returned to Chelsea once more, not for glory, but for closure. 105 caps, 65 goals, 3 World Cups, Africa Cup of Nations champion, 2015. He gave everything, even when victory came late. Retirement did not end his mission. Through the Didier Drogba Foundation, he invested in health, education, and hope. Leadership, he believed, does not retire. Didier Drogba was never just a footballer. He was proof that late bloomers can dominate, that strength can coexist with compassion, that one voice can matter. He did not just score goals, he changed what greatness looks like.